Okay. Okay. This is literally just gonna be me reading. There. I'm more in the frame now. I don't want to put it on the screen because there are ads and such. It's like, you see, I'm silly. But yes, time to read. Okay, so I was scrolling through the aesthetics wiki, which I do on occasion to remind myself that I do, in fact, have a personality and like things. And I came across a thing that I'm like expiritualism or expiritualism, which is like, oh, this is interesting. Wow, this is cool. So I'm going to read that to you. Unless there's audio coming through. Pardon me. But yes. Okay. Expiritualism is this defined term for loosely diverse outsider online art. Art movement focusing on digital collage that combines old web culture, esotericism, spirituality, and foreign internet elements and over it. The tag expiritualism was coined by third world elite on Instagram. On TikTok, edits often share the same commonly seen repeating elements. However, on other niche spaces on Instagram, Discord, and YouTube, more innovation, combining, and unique art styles are highly encouraged. This movement as a whole is defined by three main concepts of spirituality, old net art, and world culture. So it is not a solid defined style, which is why it garners much appeal from its outsider art fan base. Oh, I'm bad at reading. It's like I forgot that I'm bad at reading. Created by early net artists, popularized by newer net artists. Key motifs are multiculturalism, dark humor, bizarre, surreal imagery, low-quality JPEGs, old net, outsider digital collage. Key values: fear, shock, discomfort, confusion, disgust, foreignness, comfort, bliss, nostalgia, lack of context. Related aesthetics, a long list. Related media, the entirety of Newgrounds, VK, 4chan, Tumblr, Old Flash, foreign sites, foreign culture, blogs, buried in search ClearNet web pages. Okay, I don't even know what the last one is. It's like, yes. Entire websites and then something I don't know. Visuals. It has a similar visual and editing style to Weirdcore, with surreal imagery and kitschy editing due to them coming from the same roots of early net art, but with mixing in different art styles with themes of spirituality, early net, ancient art, and general multiculturalism, as opposed to Weirdcore simplicity and homogeneity. Its fanbase also overlaps with neo-tribal and sex trans. These words exist. Misconceptions. Some common misconceptions have arisen about expiritualism, including it is a single, heterogeneous, or undefined aesthetic. The community of artists actually seek to use multiple aesthetic styles, although they may be inspired by similar elements. Its name is Yabuji Core or Curse Web. It was created by Yabuji, Tonicrel, or Curse Web, its maximus form of webcore or old web. Ex-spiritualism is not an aesthetic nor style. It is a loose net art movement / a group of personal aesthetics, a community of people who support each other, collaborate, and make edits with similar motifs. Though it shares editing techniques with weirdcore and old web, it isn't maximalist version of either. It is also common for ex-spiritualism to be called Yabuji Core or Curse Web in social media, but these names are very frowned upon in the actual fanbase because both Yabujin and Curse Web are musical artists. Some of the fans also do not want this art movement to have a name altogether, arguing it potentially takes away from what makes it special. However, ex-spiritualism is the most commonly used name, particularly on Instagram. It said in Instagram, and my body is just like, no. So I said on. Contrary to popular assumption, the style was not created by Yabujin. Various net artists have also been making edits like his for a long time now, with similar elements and similar editing style. Some examples of this would be Horrible Luxury, Alyssa Kamen, Thai Boy Digital, Do Tai Tien Li Love, Lie Live Beautifully, and Flourish Your Dreams. Both Taco Neil and Curse Web were inspired by Yabujin, but is their own style afterwards. Styles that could be considered individual aesthetics themselves due to people constantly recreating them. This movement seeks to create more styles, not repeat existing ones, while all having reoccurring motifs of esotericism, multiculturalism, and internet culture. My face. Okay. Dreg? What is Dreg doing here? It's like random Dreg in the wild. Yeah, but you know that. This is like old thing, but we gave it a different name. It's like, this is like hyper niche. Oh, I didn't know it could get hyper nicher than this. Oh, can we get hyper nicher? Slime punk. Slime punk is a musical microgenre that emerged in the early 2010s, among internet communities. It's characterized by an aesthetic dominated by slime-related pop culture references, ranging from the Toxic Avenger, Slime Time Live, Mountain Dew, and Toxic Waste. Similar to vaporwave and sea-punk, this aesthetic is an integral part of the genre and characterizes the artists who dive into the slime punk movement. Slime punk music oftentimes features heavy and distorted bass lines and has emerged largely from a post-acid scene. Slime punk artists tend to have a more aggressive or coercive ethos in combination with their music. While there is no specific slime punk sound, the aesthetic is commonly an unifying factor, and most slime punk artists heavily feature sampling within their music. Key motifs: radioactive / biohazardous symbols, green glowing objects, needles, gas masks, rubber gloves, mall goth themes, and clothing. Key colors are black, green, purple, red, pastel, any color popular in slime. You already mentioned the popular slime colors. It's like, hello, damn Void. It's like, I have about 3 hours before therapy, so see. Sludge. Oh. Slime. We need more slime for currency, for food. Slime. Okay. Thinking. Part of me just wants to list off, because I'm getting most of these redirects from the wider Y2K futurism related aesthetics tab, which is long. It's like some of them are more like notable, and some of them are like hyper specific. So it's just like I saw experientialism, and it's just like, this is neat. I'm gonna read it. But then it's like, oh, there are more hyper-specific things, and some not hyper-specific things. Okay. Related aesthetics to Y2K futurism. Abstract tech, acid design, anime new moon, arcade core, avant, apocalypse, breakcore, bubblegum dance, captcha core, sherry on crush, chrome core, which is a subgenre, city pop, corporate Gen X cyber, corporate grunge, cyberdelic, cyber ghetto, cyber grunge, cyber pop, cyber prep, cyber punk, cyber villain, Dorfic, Drain, Electropop 08, also known as recession pop, flat design, Furga Aero, Furga Aurora, Furgo Eco, Hyperpop, Gen X Soft Club, Googie Kish, Is it, am I reading that incorrectly, or is it literally Googie? Googie Kish. Yes, it's Googie. It's Googie. Cyberpolka. The joys of Cyberpolka. It's like Cyberpolka. Hands Up, Heisei Retro, Helvetica Aqua Aero. I'm gonna open that one because what is that one? Hexatron, Holosexual, Ice Punk, Lo-Fi, Low Poly, Mickbling, Method's Design, Metal Heart, subgenre, Mizuhiro, Motomami, Neo-Tribal, Neo-Brutal, New Brutalism, Nintencore, Old Web, Raver, Retrofuturism, Robot Core, C-Punk, Sega Uranus, Shibuya Park, Shiny Suit Suit 97, which is a subgenre, Silicone Dreams, Skeuomorphism. That's not an aesthetic, that's a philosophy, but I digress. Yes. Slime Punk, Super Flat Pop, Super Graphic Ultra Modern, Synthwave, Techno Neko 2000, Trill Rave, Ultra Modern Revival, Your Bling, Vaporwave, Vector Heart, Wixa, X-Spiritualism, Y2K, Zen Tranquility, 2K1, 2K5, 2K7, and 90s Cool. I opened Helvetica Aqua Aero. Helvetica Aqua Aero, or also known as Frutiger Aqua, Aquacore, Low Frutiger, or simply Helvetica Aqua, is a Frutiger Aero subgenre categorized by its imagery being related to tropical water habitats. Common motifs include aqualife, bubbles, waters, aquatic colors, and other key elements of the ocean. Helvetica Aqua combines this with the shared elements of tropical core and Frutiger Aero, such as gloss, futurism, rendered 3D objects, gradients, as well as tropical and aquatic themes, which create a midpoint between the two. Let's see what Sega Uranus is. Oh. Sega Uranus is a distinct consumer electronics aesthetic from Sega that was popularized from 1988 through roughly 2001. Sega's design aesthetic was characterized by a sleek and futuristic look, with dual circular motifs meant to convey a sense of precision and sophistication. The console's minimalist color schemes and compact size further emphasized its modern design, while the controller's button layouts helped set it apart from its competitors at the time. The term was coined by designer Steve Pepps in 2022. The way the controller and the system felt on the Sega systems frequently gave the user the impression that they were luxurious, as arcade cabinets and consoles were typically built with excellent craftsmanship. Sega's shop kiosk typically featured the same futuristic oddball design, where their new video game systems were introduced. Okay, so that's a very specific aesthetic. Okay. That actually made sense. What is Techno Neko 2000? Techno Neko 2000 is an aesthetic based on the combinations of 2000s era futurism and anime that can be seen in old techno videos on YouTube and images of anime girls from the 2000s. The style is generally based off anime characters combined with futuristic visuals and Frutiger Aero-esque imagery. It was almost commonly found on the old web era YouTube, as long as video streaming services of the time. The aesthetic is described as being able to transmit a feeling of peace about a distant future. Oh, so old school anime girls. Oh yeah, they have multiple Miku modules in like a vague void of tech. Oh, Nightcore videos. Oh, it's Nightcore videos. Oh, you could have said that. It's like, Yo, I did not want to scroll on the Y2K Futurism page. What is Cyber Ghetto? This page needs work. Okay. That was basically a shiny. Okay, Chrome. Let's see what their fun. This is confusing. I'm stuck in the hole. No, I'm stuck. No, I'm stuck in the hole. Pompadour was by Andrew Huang. Okay. Jack Black. Internet awesome sauce is an aesthetic that was prevalent from 2008 to 2016. It's a style all about consumer aesthetics present in those years, particularly those on the internet. It uses ironic visuals from the early 2010s that can be described as awesome or epic, like animals, particularly cats, unicorns, dogs, and dinosaurs, galaxies, junk food, rainbows, and laser eyes. Sometimes it also uses visuals that seem chaotic, aggressive, or daring, yet manage to give someone a smile through its use of irony and humor. This aesthetic is heavily influenced by meme culture that was prevalent during the early ages of the internet. Some of these popular memes include Nyan Cat, Shooting Stars, Doge, Brony-related memes, Epic Face, and the Can I Have Cheeseburger Cat, and etc. This aesthetic was identified and coined by the Consumer Aesthetics Research Institute in 2021. Visuals commonly seen in the internet awesome sauce include bright colors, rainbows, space and galaxy backgrounds, laser eyes, cats and other animals such as dinos, unicorns, dogs, etc., chaotic elements such as fire and explosions, early internet graphics, 2000s to 2010s memes, pop culture, fast foods and snacks such as pizzas, waffles, etc. Okay. This page needs work. Okay. My tummy is saying, what aesthetic was this? I'm totally space. I don't know what to believe anymore. I think this is maybe going to turn into a tree simulator stream. Because I need to use the restroom. Rain on. Where's the fog? On. Ambient sight. Bird probability. Where's the circling? Okay, wind turbulence. Camera speed. We lower the camera speed significantly. Too fast. The tree is going too fast. Okay, that is the time of day. Snow on. Okay. This is gonna turn into a tree. Yeah. Hell yeah, tree simulator. Let's do this! Tree simulator! It's very big. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But I will be right back. Thank you for understanding. We are back. We are back with Tree Simulator. Yeah. Unironically, a heavily enjoyable experience. Yeah. We're vibing. How are y'all doing? I'm glad that you are doing well. It's good. I'm waiting for therapy to happen. So I must remain awake. Even if I am eepy. I may eep after the therapy. So I do not over eep and miss therapy. It is a simple cycle. So, while I'm at my PC, I might as well be doing something. And what is the main thing that I do when I'm at my PC? I stream. So that is what we are going to do. Pepperoni. More EPs. It's like the Lord gives all of the biggest tasks to his eepiest burbs. I've been sleeping all day portion of the big sads. So that is like, I must move on. We must be awake. And we must not overeat. And we must not want to cancel therapy. Because, is it helping? Therapy or pre-simulator? Because the answer is both. Because Tree Simulator is being very interesting. Also, my therapist is really good at their job. And it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of big feelings during therapy. Lamau. Truly Lamau. Have you gone through a lot of them to find the current one? Oh yes, I've been to. Do you want my best advice on finding a good therapist that will actually help you? Look for the ones who don't take insurance. Look for the ones that do not take insurance. Because those have always been the best. At least in terms of mood. Like, pay more money. Directly. Because... And also, especially if you're looking for a specialist. Like, if you just need someone to, speak to about your feelings and emotions, and want someone to help you guide you through those emotions, then insurance, a therapist that insurance can pay for will probably be enough. But knowing my audience, which are primarily neurodivergent, like, adults, especially autistic adults, talk therapy and therapy that insurance can pay for, are sometimes actively incompatible with autism. Like, apparently DBT has a completely different version if you are autistic, and some of the DBT concepts that are used, like putting things on a conveyor belt and like tolerance, like distress tolerance, especially within the distress tolerance section of DBT, can be antithetical to growth, emotional growth as an autist, and can actually make your symptoms worse. You see, I learned this with a therapist that does not pay insurance, and I'm going through a lot of feelings because I just got a Flesh Realm job, and it's like, oh, I'm regretting having the Flesh Realm job. But am I actually regretting it? Or is that my PDA profile just kicking into gear because, like, oh, we're about to have a whole lot of demands? But then my mom reminded me that I get paid at this job. I get paid to go to location and do task. And then mom reminded me that I like getting paid. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I get to invest in I-bonds. This is not financial advice in any way. This is just me being autistic. I'm just being autistic about finance. This isn't financial advice. Thank you, Squid. Also, this is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Make your own financial decisions. I am going to continue being autistic about finance now that you know that this is not advice. But anyway, I'm going to invest in I-bonds and maybe start day trading. It's like, I already have a few share term certificate accounts, and those are like pretty good. I think one is not going to renew this month, maybe. I'm unsure if I set it to recurring or not. However, so that will either be $350 that gets plomped into my savings account, or an account that renews. No! Legally! No, I can't legally give you financial advice! Dan, no! That's a crime! Crime! Legal disclaimer. But yes. Yes. Finance. Money go burr. Money go burr. Savings go burr. So it was like, the dread. I must go to a place in the physical realm and be presentable. But Maoni. But I get, yay, more shared term certificates. Hooray for me paying off my credit card, the amount that your credit card company wants you to pay off. Hello, more high-ticket purchases of not only trinkets and knickknacks, but things that are investments in my personal business. That is being online. It's weird and hard being your own business. I wish there was the main reason why I want support is because being your own business is hard. Being a part of someone else's business is relatively easy. But being your own business, oh boy, you're a different tax entity now. But if you are a part of a business, you are not businessing. You are not a business. You are doing business. You are just a person doing business. It's like, oh, you just get your one piece of paperwork. Not all the pieces of paperwork. You don't need to calculate out what exceptions are. You don't need to calculate what counts as. The unusual part about being an online entertainer and as an artist is like, what? What is tax deductible? What do you mean I need to keep my receipts? What receipts? Where did they go? Why? How did I spend? Like, I don't have a company credit card. That's just my credit card. Huh? What do you mean I need a new bank account? If I were to do this ideally. It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean I need to register a business name? What do you mean I need to come up with a name and stick with it? What do you mean? It's like coming up with a name and sticking with it. And it's like, wow, what is a name that will encompass everything I do on the internet? But if you're working for someone else's business, that stuff doesn't fall to you. That follows to the business person. And not me, who is bad at math, and decent at arithmetic, and terrible at remembering things. And there's, it is also the relief of not figuring out what you need to do and being told what to do, even if it may not be needed. Because at a traditional job, what you're doing may be a waste of time, but you, most of the time, have clear directions on how to do that. It's also frustrating when you don't get clear instructions on how to do the thing. That is also frustrating, but also it's like, when you are working for someone else, they do take up their responsibility of figuring out what you need to do. However vague that do is. And figuring out what need do for yourself is hard. I am filled with thanks. I am filled with them. I am burdened by the thanks. It's like, you are bad at this thing. And I will not train you on how to properly do the thing. It's like, well, I will continue. Oh, thank you for your... I now know that I need to improve the thing. I don't know how, but I will try. It's like, but especially when it's creative tasks, and then you have a creative meltdown, and those are special meltdowns, because we creatives are a pretentious bunch, and us pretentious bunch of bananas don't know when to stop. It's like, I must find everything I do some way fulfilling. Oh, let us uproot this entire project and start something new, because the whimsy of new. And also, I'm unsure what to do with the middle part of this. So I'm not going to end it. How does one land the plane? You crash it into the ground and leave it to burn, and you get into your new plane and then fly. Regardless of injuries that came from not successfully landing the previous project, which may have never gotten off the ground in any way, shape, or form. But yeah. And also, like, managing yourself. How do you even manage to manage other people, let alone yourself? How do you manage? How is not every indie paying someone else to manage them? The Jedi Master feels what to do. They don't need to be told. This is a Burger King, sir. Oh yeah. Yet another creation and art is hard. Hard rant from a person on YouTube. It is stereotypical at this point, but it bears repeating because it's stuck in our minds. It is the brainworms. They will not leave. They have buried into your cranium. I know it's just the camera rotating and not the tree rotating, but sometimes it feels like the tree is rotating and the camera is rotating. Brainworms. It's nice. You can give them a good home. Inside your cranium. It's like, no. No, I don't need any more. No. It's like, but there's so much space. It's like, no. There isn't. I still need some space to think. Yeah. Puts another in the mind worm hotel. Like, howdy do, neighbor. It's like my brain is a container of beer and the slugs are the brain worms. Thinking. She is so full of worm. I wish to be unfilled with worm. I wish to not be filled with worms. That improv you put welcome to, I didn't want to turn that into a multiple campaign thing because now I need to put it's like, now everyone needs to be free at the same time. Again! It's like, yay. Scheduling. And oh no. It's like, I can get by on planning this in the 6 hours that I've said that this is going to happen. I just need to write one-shots that I make, and then when I'm bored, use them. Because I have refound my D&D notebook. Have I refound my writing notebook? No, just my... Oh, is that both of them? This is the... Oh yeah, I refound both of them. Oh yeah, I refound my old writing notebook. Oh, and my D&D notebook. Huh. I could recycle some things, but it's like... Plans for one-shots that I have not run, and like... retooling other small things into things that can be run as one-shots. I'm going to take my D&D book and throw it on my bed so that I am reminded to do that. I'm also going to throw a pen next to it. Let's go. Let's go. I have also re-picked up my interest in carving. Carving what? Carving stamps. Linoleum stamps. Linoleum. I love linoleum. I love linoleum. Linoleum. It's linoleum stamps. Linoleum. I do not have any snacks in the room. I have already had a slice of meatloaf. I will now throw a chair. Do not mind me. Yee. I have no other chair to throw. Oh, there's my little tin of watercolors. Oh, there it went. There you went. I was wondering where you went. Why is there a thing of glitter in my orange? Why is there... Oh, I need to continue filling these now that these are slightly drier. Oh. Oh! Don't mind me, that was just a hairdryer. Don't worry, that was just a hairdryer. But yeah, now that these pans are fully dry. Oh, there's one more color. Oh, there you went. Oh, there you went. There you go. Okay. Very cracky red. That I will mix a little in its tube, which is not the orange, which is notably not the orange, yes. Paint. Okay. Oh, no wonder, because I was trying to mix it. Okay. Okay. Take a pen that we are not using and does not have any ink in it, and use it to even it out in the pan. Tap, 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 tap. And then we take the paint off on our hand. Hope that it is not toxic. It's like hope and pray that it is non-toxic. Get a napkin in case it is. But yes. We wipe down the pen so that we may use it for the next color. And then we close the tube. And then you put it back in the pan after you take the next one out. Put it back in the pan. And then it will dry. And then you'll get another pan. I'm filling half pans for reference. Yes. Orange. This is a very pretty and robust orange. I prefer pan watercolors over tube colors. Do you watercolor? Yes. I don't do much painting, but I do a lot of coloring. And I've been reminded that you can color with watercolors again. And it's like, oh, coloring. They make coloring books specifically with watercolor grade paper so that you can color. Coloring. I also got a pan, like empty. Wibble up. But I also have this thing called I buy too many art supplies for mediums that I may or may not be engaging in because new thing is shining. I have a second-hand art store near me, and it's just like, oh, tubes of watercolor paint for 50 cents each. I can probably fill my half pans with these, so I'm doing that. But as watercolor dries, it flattens significantly. So, like, you don't fill all the way the first time. Like, you fill half, and then you let it sit, and then you fill more, and then you let it sit, and then you fill more. Okay, we take out this pan, which is keeping us from being happy. We remove that pan, and then we remove this pan, so we have more room to work with, because that is empty. I do not have a yellow, though. I have two. I have a crimson red, an orange, a light green, a viridian, and a phthalo blue, and I think this one has some sticker over its color. Maybe mauve? It's just this happy little tree. I tried Sorry You Can't See before, and that was not a popular stream style. Okay. Phthalo blue. Thick. It's not separated. Therefore, it is thick. Okay, you get pinned. It's like, well, sorry you can't see. I tried to do a sorry you can't see when I had like homework to do, and I could not show you my homework because it has identifying information and rough location. But I wanted to stream while doing my homework. So it's like, I'm sorry you can't see it, but I'm doing it. I'm doing my homework. Oh, that was a good consistency in the viridian. And I need to close the phthalo blue. It is nice seeing you. Yes. Wondrous. Joy. You put it back in the container. Jostle. And then you take out the last pan, and then putting your GPS coordinates on. Sounds fun until chat sees it, yeah. It's just like, identifying information. And also my pathetic grades. It's like, not only my identifying information, but my kind of bad grades. You see, how could I fail? Okay. Another. I did all the pans. So put the pan that needs to go back to finish the set back. And then we leave it slightly open. Like we don't fully close it. And then we put it somewhere where we can't bonk it down. somewhere we will not hit it or put something on top of it. We will put it. We probably need to use this, but it can hold the thing for now. It's like, looks at box of thing. Well, I probably need to use that, but I'm not, so this is where it's going. Like, I should probably be doing the thing that I'm supposed to do. However, this is convenient for me now. Convenience! But yes. I think it's been an hour. I think. Yes, it has been. I don't have much more to say. And I believe that I can remain awake the rest of this time. I'm going to go wash my hands of watercolor paint and then see how I feel. My hands are cleaned. They have been cleansed with soap and water. There is no more watercolor remaining on my hands. Where's my art towel? I'll find it later. I have a dedicated art towel. It's where the art goes. But yes. Yes. Sorry, I was staring at the tree. It's like, tree. Right. Alright. Thinking. Me. understand that you cannot perceive the physical version of me, but imagine me just slightly looking at basically the trunk, seeing the leaves implied movement, and kind of staring at my keyboard while also looking at the screen with my mouth slightly agape. It's just one of those days. Just one of those days. I have nothing more comedic to say. And what kind of tree? When you're gone, the tree is enough. Oh, what kind of tree am I? Oh, now you've asked an interesting question. What tree am I? I don't know its genus, species, or its colloquial name. But back at my grandpa's old house, there was this, tree that, was very splitty near the base. It had, it shed its bark a lot, so it was a rather smooth tree, and it was a light tannish color underneath its gray bark that I would peel off relentlessly and hit with a wiffle bat. I feel like I would be that tree. Or one of those, those trees that are not so enormous that it's not the enormous trees that make you question about your mortality, but those oh, that's a fat tree. Oh, that's a fat tree. But it's not intimidatingly fat. It's just thick. It doesn't make you ponder anything significant. It just makes you think fat. I could be one of those. Maple mixin. I do effectively sell my sweet innards on the internet, so that is pretty apt. It's here you go, chat. My innards. My innards, my thoughts. This is sweet. Lap it up. Lap my sap. Lap from the tree. I puncture myself so I may spill my innards. That's actually slightly morbid. Let's go with the slightly fat tree. That is slightly morbid. I am the tree. It's Maple syrup is good. My mother has a tendency to bring, every time that we go to a breakfast place, which is very rarely, and most of the time, is while we're on vacation. My mom makes a note to either while we're down there or on our way to bring a purse-sized new bottle of maple syrup so that she doesn't need to eat her pancakes with fake syrup. Actually, we went to a new bougie little thing. You know those bougie little rappers. You haven't had real maple syrup? You haven't had any real? Shock. Depression. Please, try some. You've been missing out. Come on. How? How? Gosh darn it, my earlier metaphor is coming back to haunt me. It's expensive, but it's worth it. Get like a small thing. Get the small thing. It doesn't need to be big, it just needs to be real. No. Where do you live? Where maple syrup is so expensive? Did maple syrup get that expensive? No. You can get the real, like, you can get like a bottle of, just make sure that it says, like, you can get it from Walmart. You can, as long as it says pure maple syrup on it, then it'll be fine. Like, it's $6 at Walmart for a small thing. No high fructose. Just make sure that it doesn't, like, is like, if it says pancake syrup or breakfast syrup, it's not it. It has to be 100% pure maple syrup. It's joyful. We went to a breakfast place spontaneously. This was right before the tortoise was heading to, like, we were picking out zoos for the tortoise before he was at his current zoo. So we went to get breakfast. And it was just like, oh my gosh, it isn't maple syrup, but this syrup tastes real. It's like, it felt like just like a simple sugar syrup that was like, is a small jar of each of homemade honey and maple syrup once a year. Real stuff is like 3 times the price of fake stuff, but yes, it's good, buddy. It's good. Buddy usually gives me a small jar of each. It's homemade. I can't really have as much honey as I would like to because I have pollen allergies, and honey knocks up my allergies somehow. Probably because it is made of pollen and nectar. But that sounds decadent and beautiful. My friend, who gardens, has a friend who keeps bees. And it's like herb-infused honey. Wink. I think she also does mint. Eat a handful of bees. Gain their power. Why would I eat a handful of bees? We are already low on pollinators. I'm not going to eat the pollinators. We need them. We already got rid of all of our native pollen. We already got rid of most of the native pollinators because the honeybee population. I'm not going to eat a handful of bees. It's like, I'm not going to eat a handful of bees. Eat the pollinators. Become their queen. There is a method of becoming a queen, but I assume that requires becoming a bee first. I am unsure if they have made a human a queen. Humans are like the weird... Imagine if God was real, and it just like he gave you a home, and it just took your honey. It's like... Whoa. Yes. I will not eat the pollinators. I have eaten several bees. Oh yeah, I had an idea to write things down. And that will be a mystery to you. Thank you guys so much for joining me again today. You are loved. You are appreciated. Wish me luck in therapy. I'm going to need it. Bye.